We're going to do three things. I want to reflect a little bit. We've done a lot of that, so I'm not going to do too much more, but just help us wrap up with some reflection. I have a suggestion that came to me after our conversation earlier today, so I'm going to bring us back to something we talked about, and then we're going to end with gratitude. In terms of reflection, so I was honored to be nominated to speak and have had a little bit of time to think about it, about a week to think about it before this. I've also been thinking about my stand and deliver, which Jan just mentioned I did earlier today. I've been thinking about all of the activities that we've had to do here and thinking about my job and everything else. So this all sort of comes together in what's going to feel a little bit like a mishmash, but also I think I can pull out, I hope I can pull out a theme. There were three objectives that we had at the beginning of this program. One, and I'm going to paraphrase them a little bit, but one was to expand our understanding of Maine's economy. We did a lot of that. We visited, gosh, I can't even count them. I probably should have beforehand, but we visited a lot of places across the state. Some of them are places that some of us work. Many of them were new to all of us. Some of them were places some of us had seen before, heard about, maybe thought we knew some things about, but were surprised. Some of them we didn't even know existed and we're totally thrilled to discover. I think this experience has been tremendously valuable for that reason, and I think MDF has totally accomplished that objective, and in my view at least. I feel like I've been exposed to so much more of Maine's economy and have such a better understanding of the ingenuity and the effort and the really exciting things that are happening here in the state. Just want to acknowledge that. The second objective was to expand our understanding or appreciation of what it is required to be a leader today. And I don't have too much more reflection on this. I think we've talked about it a lot over the past couple of days. I think each of us has our own sort of appreciation for what the program has offered us in that respect. I think it's done a tremendous job. I know I've learned a lot, a very great deal from MDF and from the programming, and also from all of you, particularly from all of you. And I'm really, really grateful for that. And that brings me to the third one that I want to talk about, and this is, I'm going to have a suggestion here in a minute, but the third objective of the program was to expand our networks. So we did that as we went across the state. We met people in Lisbon, and we met people in Washington County, and we met people at Jackson, we met people in the University of Maine. I think a lot of us made new connections in doing that. I think a lot of us deepened some connections that we had in doing that. We also expanded our networks with each other, probably more than anything else, right? We gained a lot from the places that we went and the people we heard from and met. But we've also spent, some of us have talked about it feeling kind of like summer camp or like field trips, or we've spent this time together in a way that, as I think about it, as adults today, we really don't have a lot of opportunities to do this kind of thing, right? Some of us do some of these kind of things for work, at least some of the time, or maybe we do it at different communities. We're part of a civic organization or a faith-based institution or something like that. But like, we got to get on a bus and drive around the state together and go on field trips, right? Field trips. We were talking about this at the beginning of this 2 days ago. That was so cool. And we laughed so much. And part of this is because we have a stand-up comic with us, which is great, and we're gonna go to a bunch of shows. But I've just been thinking a lot about the fact that I've gotten to spend like about a day a month, and some of them have been longer, over the past year, getting together with a bunch of other grown-ups with like super busy lives and families and jobs and stuff to do, and like learning a bunch, but also laughing and enjoying each other's company and time and building really great relationships that I think we're going to take away from this. And so that's our network, right? We've all expanded our network and we can check the network box, but it feels like a little bit more. It feels like we're all leaving with a network, a support network, a group of friends, of peers, of supporters, people who will be there to continue to laugh with, but also to check in with, right? To get help from or lean on or ask questions of or get feedback from and help build each other up on the journeys that we're all still on. So I just wanted to highlight that. I feel like that was one thing that I just wanted to draw out. And I have a suggestion. This is going to get to the suggestion. We talked, we have a LinkedIn group for those who weren't at the conversation earlier today. So we're super excited about that. We can all use that to stay in touch. We're planning to go to a comedy show. As soon as we know when one is, we're planning to go to a concert. So we have some ideas about how we're going to stay together. But let's think about if we can continue to achieve the objectives of Leadership Maine together. And one idea that came to me is every person in this room has either a workplace, and we've been to some of each other's workplaces, but we also haven't been to many of us haven't welcomed everyone to our workplace yet, at least. But almost everyone is interesting, or we work with people and institutions or businesses or nonprofits or networks throughout the state that are really interesting. And wouldn't it be great if we all, on our drive home today or over the next few weeks, maybe we just want to drive home today and enjoy a beautiful weekend, but over the next few weeks, let's think about if any of us could invite this group together to see another new place, another place around Maine where we could continue to deepen our understanding of the ingenuity and the effort and the amazing things that are happening in the state. MDF has given us a really super model to get together and continue to develop this understanding, and we should totally just keep that momentum going. So let's think about that. I want to end on gratitude. So I'm super grateful to all of you for the opportunity to have a chance to speak to you and be part of this ceremony and help sort of acknowledge the experience that we've had together as we close it and as we move into the next phase, which hopefully we will continue to move into together. But there's also, I think, gratitude that we all have for MDF, the organization, that really makes this program possible and does such a tremendous job of it and has gone through like the entire Greek alphabet and pretty far into, was there anything in between that, right? The whole Greek alphabet, I don't know how many letters that is, and now we're on Damariscotta. Only 24. We've only been doing this for a quarter century. Wow. That's so cool. Thank you, MDF, for that. And particularly thank you to Jan and to Julie. Where are you, Julie? So if you want to come up for just a minute. So I'm sure everyone's going to...
Is this the book I've been seeing people have?
It sure is.
I was like, what the hell's going on?
We were super subtle about signing the book. So we won't make you open these in front of everyone, but I want to just explain that when Jan and Julie open these bags, they will find is a really beautiful piece of jewelry crafted in Maine at Level Design, which we understood to be a particular designer that is really appreciated. And the magic of it is that it's a design of alewives, and I just really think it's beautiful, frankly. But it's the Damariscotta design.
Yeah.
So whenever you wear that jewelry, you can know that it's from the Damariscotta class, and that's us. And we are just so appreciative and thankful of you. So,
Best class, best stand in the
so that's all I have to say. Thank you all.